All right, here's a quick review of the S.H.Figuarts Iron Man Mark 45 from Age of Ultron. This one just came in the other day, and I really like this armor. Like, I have to say, I think the Figuarts version looks the best. I've seen pictures of the Hot Toys version, and it's technically the same armor, but something about it just looks off, I guess. Maybe I'll wait for final pictures to see it. And even in the movie, like when I saw pictures of this version, was the first version I saw of it, I thought it looked really cool. And in the movie, it showed up at the very, very end, and you didn't really get a good, long, clear shot at it. So it didn't impress me as much as I thought it would in the movie itself. When you see the figure, it's got some nice metallic paint on it. And it's just a smoother looking, more organic feel to it. It's not quite as organic as like the Bleeding Edge armor, but it is much more refined looking Iron Man armor. I love the kind of the chest vents. It has the circular repulsor or arc reactor in the middle with a kind of a angular detailing around it. It's kind of best of both worlds there. But a really nice looking figure. It's mostly plastic. It does have die-cast feet, it appears, which kind of give him a little bottom heaviness and help him stand up. And as with Figuarts, it does have a good range of posability. Real quick, the packaging is just gorgeous on it as well. So yeah, and it's got a full range of motion here in the neck. It's got a ball joint up here at the helmet, and he can get a good range in his neck, as well as an up and down movement there on the neck. He's got the ball joints, the pads here on a little hinge, so you can get his arm up out of the way, and you can see the interior kind of mechanism there on the shoulder, and it kind of comes out a little bit to allow for a lot of posing there, and it can also collapse up against the body fairly nicely. He's got dual hinge elbows. He's got a ball joint at the wrists. He's got like an ab crunch, and you can see this is even like the outer panels here on the waist are actually even a separate panel from the abs, so it allows him a good range of motion. It's not super posable. He can't bend back very far. He can get about that far, but you can get him in a good flying pose, which is nice. And just all the detailing is really nice. There's a separate crotch piece. He's got ball joints there in the hips, it looks like. Yeah, ball joints up in the hips. He's got a little bit of a twist right there where the interior hip bit meets the thigh armor. Dual jointed knees, which look like they could be die cast, but it feels just like painted plastic. The feet, it definitely has that cooler die cast feel to it, and you can feel the weight of him. Just when you pick him up, he's much heavier on that end. Dual jointed knees, and he's got a ball joint at the foot and a toe joint. Although the toe joint is a little limited by this flap, but the flap does come up, so you can get it in a few more. You can fold it up like that to give him a little bit more range of motion there on the toes. He doesn't come with a stand, which is a little. I would have liked it if he came with a flight stand, or just a stand that you could flip him up with, because he does come with some boot blast effects as well as hand blast effects. And the boot blast effects, you can tell the difference because they have the little pegs on them, and they just peg into the bottom of the boots, so you can get him in some, hovering in the air type poses. Oh, his head's out of view, but yeah, you can attach those to his feet. Now the hands, he comes with 6 extra pairs of hands, obviously 2 each of left and right in the various configurations. It technically comes with 8, but 2 are already attached to him. And these are just the standard fists with the gauntlets. I didn't realize the little back plate on the wrists stuck out so much further than his fingers when he's making a fist, but they do. They kind of look like scoops of some sort. But you just pop those off. You just see the little gray ball joint under there. And he's got, like I said, 2 sets of hands. He's got flat hands like this, so you can pop on and kind of give him like he's stabilizing himself in flight, or karate chopping somebody, I guess, if you really want to have him do a little he-ya type of, well, that looked bad. So yeah, we pop those off. He's got a pair of open, like he's about to fire a repulsor blast fists, or hands, I guess. They're not really fists, they're open. You can put them on, you can have him about to fire a repulsor blast if you wish. And on each, and he's got one of those for each side. And then he's got a set of specific repulsor blast fists that have where's the other one? Here it is. That have an actual peg in the middle of it. And that's for the repulsor blast effects. So you just pop that on. And like I said, he's got one for his other hand as well. And this one actually has a little bit built in, so these sit a little higher, so they're facing forward. Like that. And then you get 2 sets of repulsor blasts, and again, you can tell them from the foot blast because they actually have the peg hole in them. So you can give him a larger repulsor blast, and you get 2 of those, or a smaller repulsor blast, and again, you get 2 of those. So you get 4 repulsor blasts total and 2 foot blasts. You can have him blasting bad guys to various power levels, I guess. And the larger pulsar blasts have a brighter, kind of a white spray app. This one has a little bit right here at the base of a white spray app. On this one, it covers the whole blast effect, and then comes out a little bit on the beam, just to make it look like a slightly more powerful blast. So yeah, it's a really gorgeous looking figure, and like I said, until I see final Hot Toys picks, I think it's probably the best looking figure designed. And I don't know if it's the color. I couldn't quantify exactly why this Figuarts version looks the best to me. It's just something about this just looks really sweet. I love the basic design, and I'm looking forward to. We've seen some pictures from Civil War that looks like his armor may be even a little closer to the bleeding edge. It looks like it has some repulsor nodes all over it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that one. If that's what ends up being in the movie, it's just been concept art so far. So until we actually see the film or some trailers that show it off, we don't know exactly what his armor is going to look like in Civil War. Although I would guess it's going to look very similar to the promo art we've seen. So yeah, there is S.H.Figuarts Iron Man Mark 45. Definitely worth picking up, I think, if you're into Age of Ultron, and if you're just into Iron Man armor, which I am. I still need to review a couple of the Hot Toys armors I've gotten. But yeah, definitely, I'm really happy with that one. It's sleek, it's cool. Like I said, my only real complaint is I do wish, since he was Tony, he came with a posing stand, so you could kind of clip it around his waist and have him in a flight pose. I do have plenty of Figuarts stands sitting around my house, so it's not going to be that difficult to find one. It just would have been nice if one was included.